We are back again with a special nighttime edition of the D2 podcast.
D2 Prime Time.
My name is Dave.
I'm Dave.
And we are here to discuss a very special moment in our history where Trump Part 2 is happening as we speak, and he is pulling together the best and the brightest for his cabinet of doom.
Straight out of Central Casting.
Yes. It's like, remember like in the old Super Friends cartoon when that skull-shaped building would rise out of the swamp, like, no, like this. And then you would see like all the evil sitting people,
that was awesome, man.
Sinister villains sitting around the giant table, and they would be like, oh, hello, super fools. We are here to destroy you. So, okay. So
that's the cabinet.
Yeah. So we're just going to highlight a few of them because, there's just too much to talk about. Okay. So number one,
you say so.
First and foremost, our buddy, sexual trafficker extraordinaire, Matt Gaetz.
Well, he's gone.
I wish I had a big buzzer. Matt Gaetz, Dunzo.
But okay, so his replacement is, what's her name?
Pam Bondi.
I mean, if you had to,
I think Pam Bondi. Yeah.
This is like the worst choice ever. But if you had to pick Bondi, or Gaetz,
Bondi.
You would pick Bondi?
Oh, of course. Because she does not hire underage prostitutes.
Okay, I'm just looking at what they would do as a cabinet member, like how they would, do whatever they do in the country, and I think there is some part of Gaetz which is going to deny corporate interests.
You think?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, he's done something where he's like, yeah, but Bondi is going to be pure, straight. Get me the bribes, get me the cash.
Okay. The only reason I would say Bondi, or the major reason I would say Bondi over Gaetz, and I can't believe I need to justify this, but okay, she was also Florida's Attorney General. So she has...
Oh, even better.
Okay, point well taken. 2 points to Gryffindor. Okay, I say this because at least it gives her some form of governmental bureaucratic experience, whereas Matt Gaetz...
Yeah, she knows how to effectively destroy government and just use it.
But what I'm saying
for
is,
her own self-interest.
She understands the legal system at least a little bit better than giant head Gaetz.
I mean,
okay, so and also about Bondi, there's a little sketchy moment in her past where I think Trump put in $25,000 into her re-election campaign or something. So essentially kind of bribed her. And then in return, I don't know if you can't say it was a one-to-one transaction.
Right.
But she dropped some kind of lawsuit that was pending against Trump in Florida. So obviously she is in the pocket somehow, in some form. So Pam Bondi, Pam Bondi is kind of like remember the character, the cheetah in the Legion of Doom? She is the cheetah. She was like Wonder Woman's nemesis.
All I remember is Solomon Grundy.
Solomon Grundy, born on a Monday. Yeah. Okay. I think that may
Dr. Doom maybe.
That may be the Pete Hegseth. Pete Hegseth may be
the
Solomon Grundy of the Trump cabinet. So Pete Hegseth currently going through the difficult process of speaking with senators on the Hill right now, trying to convince them that he is, number one, not a sexual predator, number two, not a drunkard, number three, not incompetent. Which of those is the most difficult to prove that he is not? That's the question.
What are the three options?
Not a drunkard, not a sexual predator, or not a sexual assaulter, not a sexual, or not a drunkard, or not incompetent.
Well, I mean, he's been working for Fox News, so that's basically his job description.
That kind of covers all three, right? You're right. That is.
I mean, you're expected to do those things, aren't you?
That is on his curriculum vitae, if you will.
You're supposed to. You haven't harassed any women yet on Fox News? Come on.
Come on, Pete.
What's wrong with you?
Okay, so Pete Hegseth, it's amazing to me that someone with absolutely no government experience is being considered for.
Well, it's Trump, right? And here's the thing.
Yeah.
The reason why he's on Fox News, and the reason why Trump picked him, straight out of Central Casting.
Do you think he's in love with him? Like Trump is a little bit like he's.
I think he's
a little horny for him.
Yeah, something like Trump likes to pick people that kind of fit this look.
I mean,
I think that's part of it.
PD does have that sort of like square jaw, like sort of look.
Like he's, ex-military or something. Like maybe could have been in the Air Force.
Yeah.
But
like
not a Marine, but,
Sort of like he was Goose to Maverick.
Yeah, Goose. But he has no experience. Like, why would you pick a guy who's been like a talking head to be part of the cabinet?
Okay. People have said he has some military experience, but wasn't he just a reservist or something? I don't know. Whatever. I can't say. But
that doesn't help.
And then of course, no. And he also has like.
I was a safety patrol. Hey.
He also says, "Hey, you could. Hey, send in your resume, man. Yeah. Send in your resume." So Hegseth, number one, he paid off a woman that he allegedly sexually assaulted at some kind of far right convention, like religious convention, and I think it was in California. Yeah. Paid her off, but he claims he was, cleared of all charges. Clearly not the case.
He's cleared.
She's not going to come forward.
Yeah, so there's no evidence, Dave.
Maybe not. It's an interesting story. Like what I heard was that he got all frisky, and then he was bothering all these girls. So the woman who was kind of organized the whole convention or whatever, she said she took him up to his room to just try to put him down or whatever. He locked her in there with him, right? And then he did whatever his business.
Just a horn dog.
He did whatever his business was.
Oh God!
I don't know if we don't know
his business.
Whatever, we don't know what he did.
You know what he did, man. Come on. He pretty much. I'm imagining if there's like testimony or that you can find women that he's already at that particular event where he actually could back that story up, and then then she was like
she did file charges with the police.
Yeah,
so there was a police report.
Yeah, I think we all know he did that. I mean, allegedly, he works for Fox News.
Allegedly.
That was probably like the reason why they picked him.
Yeah. Do you think Murdoch was like,
hey, he's one of us.
Way to go, Pete. You're in the club, mate. Okay. That's my Murdoch impression. Okay, so looks like Hegseth is still alive. And even despite his drunkenness, he's known to be quite the drunkard. And he goes up on stage with strippers and stuff during... Did you know about this? So he
during Fox and Friends?
Maybe, but when he was like heading some type of like military organization, like some
USO tour.
It was some company that is trying to promote veterans benefits and stuff.
Okay.
He was the head of that, so he would get drunk and like just accost women at bars. And then one time at one of their company functions, he got so drunk with all his buddies in the office, he went up on stage, tried to get up on stage with dance and strippers and stuff. So they had to like physically take him out of the strip joint and stuff. And I get it. We all want to go up there, right? But come on, Pete. Come on, you're a Christian,
I think
Pete.
That's when you realize maybe you drank a little too much, but hey.
Boys will be boys.
That's so befitting. He's part of a Christian organization.
Of course. So we'll see. We'll
say a prayer and head to the strip club.
We'll see if he's responsible for like millions of people in the military. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay. So another interesting person of note, Tulsi Gabbard.
Yeah. Very strange to me.
Very problematic. I don't understand why her, for as
Department of Intelligence, right?
Yes, a DNI, right?
Yeah, it's not good.
How? Okay, she's
a complete sellout to the Democrats.
To the Republicans.
I mean, she was a former Democrat.
Was a former Democrat. Yeah.
She actually ran in the primaries.
Yeah.
And she was a fake progressive in a lot of ways. And her message was, during that time, anti-war, right? Mm-hmm. But, I guess people looked into her background and everything, and it was not as much anti-war as, from what I understand, anti-Muslim.
Yes.
So,
she is, she is almost like a religious zealot.
Yeah. In that way. And I guess she kind of grifted and thought, hey, this is my chance to get back on the career that I wanted by going Republican. Mm-hmm. She started out leaving the Democrats, then being independent, of course. Then, but there's always been like this, because I think she was on the Rogan show. Mm-hmm. There's always been a part of people like the Trumpists, even when she was a Democrat, mm-hmm. which were saying they kind of support her partly because of that anti-war message and stuff. They were, and kind of being an isolationist country in some ways. Yeah. But I think she's just a grifter, and she had me convinced for a while, and then
what freaked me out about her was that first of all, she speaks highly of Putin often.
Yeah.
And then of course she took her little unadvised trip to go see Assad in Syria, right? She's kind of buddying around with him for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then she comes back and starts defending this brutal dictator.
Which one, Assad?
Assad.
Well,
and it's just like, what happened? Did she suddenly get a little bit richer after leaving there?
Yeah, I think she's.
And then I guess the big issue with her being DNI was that she is that would be such an important cog in defense of America, right? And if she is completely beholden to Assad in some way.
Yeah, I don't trust her anymore because she switched parties in a sense. Then I think it's like I have to. I think you can maybe evolve and actually mm-hmm. switch, but I feel like she just seemed to. I think for her, it just felt like it was a career move.
Yeah, but it's just she could have just been doing Fox News stuff and being a highly paid.
Yeah, I think that's what her plan was, because Fox viewership is so much higher than everywhere else, and they were and then she kind of resonated because she went on Rogan for a while. She resonated with a certain part of the right.
So goddamn disturbing to me.
Yeah,
she bugs me. So. Okay, there's our gal Tulsi, who I will call the Gigantor of the Legion of Doom. Do you remember that?
Gigantor?
Oh, there was that. I don't know if that was her name, but
she was the lady
that grew to be giant.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, she used to fight Apache Chief. Okay,
Apache Chief, a nunchuck.
That's right.
I love the Apache Chief.
Yeah, he was so sketchy racially.
Chuck. Yeah. He just grew bigger.
Yeah, and he wore that awful outfit. Anyway. Okay, so it's Tulsi Gabbard, another very problematic cabinet choice. All right, well, we've got, a very special man, RFK Jr.
Another sellout.
What the hell is going on with that guy, man? It's okay.
He's another Democrat who's kind of resonated with Trumpists, mm-hmm. Early on, even when he was a Democrat, because of his anti-vax shit, right? And you would hear people saying, they would be posed the question, who's a Democrat you would support? A lot of them were saying RFK, and actually RFK for a while was getting supposedly from the polls, taking support away from Trump when he was trying to run for president. It's unfortunate. I think
something. Okay.
He's his whole health thing, his viewpoint on that, and healthcare or health vaccines and stuff is the only reason why he's there.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, there's a lot of things that he's done that actually in the past that with like housing and his time as a lawyer, I may be supportive of.
Oh, he was an environmentalist.
Yeah, an environmentalist. And I think maybe hoping maybe he can influence Trump. But why is he gonna abolish polio vaccines or something? I don't think he's gonna happen because I think the pharmaceutical industry is pretty strong. What's the deal with the raw milk shit?
Oh, it's nonsense. Okay, I think. All right, he had that brain bug, the brain worm that just fucked up his shit, right? Yeah. Maybe that was it.
Maybe he drank too much of that raw milk. So good for you.
Some raw milkworm went into his head and just messed up some serious business going on. And then of course he has a little bit of a history of sexual creepiness, where he was
didn't he have a relationship with some journalist recently?
Oh,
or maybe it was more of
some sex
communication, sexting, not necessarily physical. Yeah. But she ended up having to resign her position,
something like that.
Writer,
and
she was a pretty well-known journalist.
She was kind of she was around 35 or something. She was pretty young.
Yeah.
But in any case, RFK. And what else was there? He
can do push-ups.
He's jacked. Don't get me wrong.
He's got TRT though. He's definitely on something.
Looks solid. Okay. I wouldn't want to get into a fight with him. I'm gonna say
I don't know. I mean, it's a bad choice, obviously.
But in any case, another great choice, Robert Kennedy Jr. I'm gonna say he's kind of the Riddler here.
RFK is the Riddler.
RFK is the Riddler.
I think he's Dr. Doom.
Now, first of all, let's be careful. Dr. Doom is Marvel, whereas Legion of Doom is DC.
Oh, damn, I forgot.
How dare you? How dare you?
Sorry, I didn't know.
Yeah, wake up. Please do your research. So that's our report on America and the state of American government and our future leaders. So,
America. Welcome to my team. We've got the best team, the best people.
He always finds the best people, clearly.